What is up, obscure tech folks? Bark coming at you yet again with a phone, a new phone, a phone released in November, and it is the Blackview Shark 9. Yeah, you read that right. 256 gigs of storage and 24 gigs of RAM. Is that true? Kinda. It's 8 plus, 16 virtual gigs. That's what they're doing these days, kids. The virtual gigs. It's kind of like VR. It's a virtual gig. No, it's fine. So this thing ran me about $200. It's $299 on Amazon for some reason, but generally it's around $200. So that would put it in contention for one of those best budget banger of the year kind of things, if it's any good. Now, just straight off the rip, NFC is included. You saw that on the box, NFC. No wireless charging, nothing like that, but everything else, RAM, ROM, ROMcom, NFC, camera setup, the screen, 720. I almost wonder if they messed up on that because it's the best 720p display I've ever seen in my life. Strange. But let's get to it. Let's unbox it. Let's check it out. Let's play some games with it, take some video with it, see what it's all about, and then we'll come back here and give it a verdict. All right, so let's take this out of the box and see what we got here. Got a tempered glass screen protector. Take the phone out of the box, and we've got it wrapped in a lot of nice plastic. Let's get the sound. Ah, satisfying. It does have a screen protector already implemented, a film screen protector, so you can take that off and put on the tempered glass if need be. Really sharp looking phone for being all plastic. Lightweight, 200 grams. Like I said, all plastic. Got a fingerprint scanner on the side, volume rocker, USB-C, and a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. A little fuzzy. Lighting environment's not the greatest. SIM card tray, dual SIM. You can also use an SD card. 3 cameras on the back.
And my God, they include a charger. What? Wow. You also are going to get a little box that I will drop and then recover and then open with a SIM pin and a USB A to C cable. See? See it? Look at it? Yep. Everything you need.
And we power it on. Got the same Blackview screen that's on my tablet. Boot up time seems normal so far. And there we go. Let's take a look at everything here. We've got a side fingerprint scanner here. Works pretty quickly. Got to show off the facial recognition. Boom. Boom. The screen is 720p, but if somebody told me it was 1080p, I wouldn't question it. It's actually a really nice looking screen, no pixelation, nothing like that. Nice and clean. Color reproduction is really good. The 90 hertz refresh rate does its job. Works really well. Not a whole bunch of bloatware. We've got some, like on the second page here, there's a kids mode, a game mode, a focus mode, easy share, weather, data migration, workspace, and then I've got some games we've downloaded. But for the most part, the bloatware is not bad. There's not a whole lot of apps that come on this thing from the get-go. I really like that screen. Viewing angles are really good. For 720p, I mean, I can't tell. And usually I can tell. I cannot tell on this one at all. I love the finish on the back. Get the case off. It does come with this regular clear case, which is kind of my favorites, honestly. I like the simple and thin cases, and that's pretty simple, pretty thin. Probably going to be hard to find another one once that's dead and gone, but really like the finish. The sides where it's squared off, it's very iPhone-ish. We've got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, USB-C 2.0. We do have stereo speakers, so that's a plus. It's 200 grams, doesn't weigh a whole lot. Pretty light in the pocket. Very iPhone-esque camera system here. We've got a 2 megapixel macro, a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and a 50 megapixel wide. I've been using this thing for 4 days and seriously not a single hiccup. It is plenty fast. Sports a Unisoc T820 processor, 6.67 inch display for that 720 panel, 5,000 milliamp battery with 18 watt charging. Go into the settings here. When we go to about phone, you can see we've got 256 gigs of storage, running Doke 4.0 on Android 14. We have the RAM at 8 gigs plus 16 gigs virtual memory expansion. All in all, a super nice experience. As far as the camera goes, it will shoot in HDR, which I have enabled. It will shoot in 4K 30 frames per second and 1080p at 30 frames per second. The selfie camera is an 8 megapixel wide and will shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second. You do have to change to the 50 megapixel shooter on the phone. So you've got your 50 megapixel option, or you can go into the iPhone-esque portrait mode. Got panorama. We got a pro mode, a time-lapse, night, and macro. So the pro mode, you can adjust your ISO, exposure, all that good stuff. This is low light indoor footage from the selfie camera. Low light full HD from the rear camera. Low light full HD. Here's some selfie footage outside. Selfie footage, selfie camera outside, good lighting. Rear camera footage outside in good light. Rear camera footage, and of course this is also the microphone and windy conditions. As far as gaming goes, it will run games like Grid Auto Sport and it looks pretty good, but it does say that this is not optimized for this phone and may not work properly. The accelerometer did not work, so I could not steer like this. I had to use on-screen controls, but we're going to boot up Need for Speed and see if we get those accelerometer controls with that. Seriously, this screen, I can't believe it's 720, honest to God. Now, I am happy to say that on Need for Speed, the accelerometer works just fine. And I'll put the mic on the stereo speakers so you can hear that. They actually sound pretty good. They're not super bassy, but the speakers sound real nice. As you can see, we got a chin. We're just going to crash. We got a chin at the bottom here, nothing crazy. Little bit of bezel around, but again, nothing crazy. Oh, yeah, I'm the best. I am the best. All right, let's do a little Call of Duty. Medium graphic quality, high frame rate. Let's see what we can get done here. I played a match on it a minute ago and got MVP with just a knife. That's fun. I hardly ever play stuff like this, but that was fun. Looks pretty good. Colors are great. Pretty smooth. Roll out. Autobots, roll out. Yeah, this is running pretty smooth. Nice. I can't really see what I'm doing because the camera's angled down, so I'm not going to win MVP on this one. I stab people every day in the middle of the night. Yeah, works well. So on this channel a while back, I had done a tablet, the Blackview Wi-Fi 9 or Blackview Tab 9 Wi-Fi. That's what it was. And I still use that tablet today. It hasn't been that long ago since I did the video, but it is a fantastic tablet with PC mode and reading mode, black and white. It's awesome for the money. And I can officially say that the Shark 9 is awesome for the money. Like, legitimately, fantastically awesome. I did the blue K50 a while back, and I don't really love the curved sides of a screen, like the sides being curved. I don't love that. I tend to find something a little more iPhone-y, more comfortable in my hand. That's what she said. And if I had to pick between the two, even though the blue K50 had that AMOLED display that was deep and rich and saturated, I actually kind of like the crisp and clean look of this display more. I know that's crazy because it's supposedly 720, but it looks really freaking good. And honestly, between the two phones, I kind of like the Blackview Shark 9 better. I'm kind of becoming a Blackview fan. Everything I've tried from them so far is really good. And this phone was no different. I think it's a budget banger of a phone. $200, you get a lot of phone for $200 here. And it didn't hiccup on me, stall, or act up at all. Not once, not at all. Plenty fast, plenty speedy. I'm not a gamer. I do not do video editing on my phone. I don't know anybody that does. But for everything that I do, which is, I do some photo editing and stuff, I'm fairly intensive, but not, I don't need the flagship phones. Basically, I am a budget banger kind of guy, and the Blackview Shark 9 tickled all my fancies. Hell of a phone for $200. Like I said, I think I've moved it into first place over the blue K50 out of the phones that I have tried in 2024, which is not a lot, but hopefully that changes and we do more on this channel. Blackview Shark 9, I actually highly recommend it. I think it's a really, really good device. Cell signal wise, real quick, worked just fine. Use it on Tello. I've got a spare SIM card that I like to use for phones when they come in. And on Tello, which is T-Mobile, it ran really well. No issues, no dropouts, no nothing like that. Data was smooth, 5G, good to go. 5G too. A lot of these budget phones on Amazon are 4G. A lot of them. Be careful when you're shopping for a budget phone. A lot of the oddball brands are 4G. Blackview Shark 9 is not. It's 5. Anyways, that's all I got for you on this one. Again, high recommend. Great device. Thoroughly impressed. Eager to do some more Blackview stuff. And if you know of a brand that can compete with Blackview in the budget market, not name brand. I know that Samsung's have their budget phones out there, but now the budget phones from the big names are like $400 and $500. I like to stick around that $200 price range, so this fit the bill. Obscure Tech, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.